Hello warriors, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's a little foggy today, but that's okay. We're gonna go over a very common question that I get, which is, what is the difference between a Romanian deadlift, or RDL, and a normal deadlift? Now before I begin, I just wanted to quickly share a little bit about my shirt. You're gonna see my shirt says, Make a Vet Sweat. Make a Vet Sweat is a nonprofit organization for veterans that my friend Justin Bohannon runs. And if you want some more information on how you can help support this wonderful company, please click the link in my description down below. Romanian deadlift versus a regular deadlift. Today we're going to talk about this because it's a very common question that I get. It's something I also see happening in the gym very often where someone says, oh, I'm going to go deadlift. And you watch them and they end up doing an RDL instead. The main difference between these two is hip placement, but this isn't the only thing I want to talk about today. Today I also want to talk about hand grips and placement of your feet. Where your stance is incredibly important as well. So before we begin, again, get hydrated, warm up that core really, really well. You're going to want some really good core bracing in this movement as it's a full body movement that requires core bracing, and really good shoes. If you don't have wonderful shoes, much like my wonderful riders here, you may just want to go barefoot in your socks. This will help so that you can grip the ground properly. You can also pull better from this position when you don't have as much cushion in your shoes. So let's begin. So before we begin, let's talk about where your hands and feet should go. Now, feet generally, when you're doing a regular deadlift, you're going to place your feet in a conventional stance, which means that they're going to go directly under the hips, knees, and ankles. You're going to stack yourself. Toes are forward, heel is forward, nothing is pointed out. This is very important. The pointed out toes is more important once you get into a little heavier lifting. If you're not into the Olympic or powerlifting yet, or even just lifting a heavier weight, you may want to start with those toes pointed straight ahead. This is going to help with your knee stability as well as your hip stability, especially for a beginner deadlift. Hand placement in this position. Typically, I measure from my thumb, starting at the grate on the bar. You have this wonderful shiny part and this wonderful grated part. I place my hand here and then I will wrap my thumb around. Now the placement of the hand is also very important. We don't want to pinch here. See that? That's excess skin in your hand that's gonna cause a lot of calluses if you don't wrap your hand over and around the bar. Otherwise, you're gonna create that cushion if you just simply grab the bar like this. Incredibly uncomfortable. From this position, we want our hips to be in our starting position. If you're in a deadlift, now, in a typical RDL, this is where the hips come into play. The hips are gonna start a lot higher in this position. We're not gonna start at almost that squat feeling stance. We want that hip hinge still, but our hands are gonna be placed in the same spot. Okay, so hopefully you understand the difference between a regular deadlift and an RDL. Okay, warriors, now you have a little bit of more instruction and more basic understanding of a deadlift and a Romanian deadlift, along with a few different hand positions that you can use to benefit so more areas of your body. Until next time.